distinguished Senator Natasha Akpoti. I'm also aware that when she left the chambers, she went to the Brekete Radio and she went to Arise Television and she distorted the facts. I'm aware further that she has now externalized the matter by attempting to embarrass the Federal Republic of Nigeria by going to give a narrative at the IPU UN event, totally different from what occurred in the Senate. But I want to thank our right honorable member. It's also important for the public to know that whatever decision we arrive at here is unanimous. And I recall the last decision we took, and which concerned one of our sisters here, distinguished Senator Natasha Akpoti. I'm also aware that when she left the chambers, she went to the Brekete Radio and she went to Arise Television and she distorted the facts. I'm aware further that she has now externalized the matter by attempting to embarrass the Federal Republic of Nigeria by going to give a narrative at the IPU UN event, totally different from what occurred in the Senate. But I want to thank our right honorable member, Kafilat, right? That's her name, Kafilat Okwara, who had to give a press conference in New York to caution the international press not to vilify Nigeria, but to note that the facts presented by her were totally out of tune with what occurred in the Nigerian parliament, and that we have our own internal mechanisms of resolving issues in Nigeria. And outside this parliament, we also have the judiciary, which is even standing before the judiciary. So I don't know why she even here, she has brought a petition and she has not allowed us to even look into it. She went to court and then she has not allowed the court to look into it. She has gone to the international community, and she may not even allow the international community to look into it. She may decide to run to I don't know where. I don't want to be misquoted, but the reality is that we remain resolute. We are law-abiding. We operate through the rules of the Senate, which is an extension of the powers and privileges given to us by the ground norm, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We still are open to making sure that we remain in peace, and we left room for her to recognize that what she's doing may even frighten a lot of men in future from even appointing or selecting female deputy governors. You can imagine if somebody like Kamala, the immediate past vice president of the United States, were to go on CNN to say that Biden, the president, sexually assaulted her by shaking her hand or by holding her hand to show her the office of the president, then automatically it means that nobody will pick another woman as vice president. But I have 4 daughters, so I want to plead with politicians, still give my 4 children a chance. Do not take the action of one person and punish others. My religion and the Bible are forbidden that the sins of the father will no longer be visited on the children. So please, we still have so confidence in our female folk. In this 10th assembly of the Senate, we have only 4 women, and the 4 of them are all committee chairmen, intentionally, in order to give a voice to women in the parliament. So I thank you for this vote of confidence. I will not take it for granted, and I also have confidence in you and your ability to continue to contribute your quota towards nation building. Let's remain focused on why we are here. These things are distractions and diversionary. May God Almighty bless all of you. May God, using this Ramadan and Lent period, endow you with more wisdom, protect you, protect your families, and then bring more prosperity to our nation through Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Can we say amen? I thank you. Hence, the Senate.
So while I continue to try to maybe air my views or create content regarding this Natasha Akpoti, Senator Godswill Akpabio's matter, I begin to wonder if Natasha Akpoti has some advisors, because her moves are kind of questionable. Her moves in this case is beginning to get me worried. We understand that there is a case between her and Senator Godswill Akpabio. Fine. Her case is in the court. She filed her petition, in the Senate. Instead of her to wait for the result of her petition in the Senate, obviously she might not get a good result from there. And what of the court? She went to the international community, IPU, and even at the international community, her case was not even part of the subject matter, but yet she presented it, and the woman who anchored it said, yes, we will listen to, they have heard her, and they will also need to listen to Senator Godswill Akpabio and make the decision. And now IPU has no right to even summon Senator Godswill Akpabio. Even though they summon him, he is never going to appear. After going to international, now IPU program that was held a few days ago was done in New York. She went to New York. Now after New York, like Senator Godswill Akpabio rightfully said, we don't know where she will be going to, because he stated that she is embarrassing Nigeria, because it's more or less like an embarrassment to Nigeria now. Her case is that the major thing we heard her say is that Senator Godswill Akpabio held her by the hand and took her round his house and said, this is my house, this and that, on his birthday. That they're not intangible in such story, except she has a proof that she has not shown us yet. Yeah, screaming, accusing him of sexual harassment or whatever thing. You have no case here. There is no evidence. There is no evidence. We had 3 years ago, she accused Reno Mokri. When Reno Mokri brought proofs that he wasn't in Nigeria the day Uhuru Kenyatta visited Nigeria, where Natasha Akpoti has accused Reno Mokri of making a pass at her during a presidential banquet, where the then Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta was there in Abuja. Reno Mokri said he was out of the country on the day Natasha is accusing him of making a pass at her. She deleted the post she made accusing Reno Mokri, and now it's Senator Godswill Akpabio. Now Natasha Akpoti has had like 4 or 5 people, if I'm not mistaken, that she has accused sexual harassment or whatever. But going back to this one she's having now with Senator Godswill Akpabio, why can't she just wait? She's making it look like she's desperate, or she's like a blackmailer or something, because you can't tell me that something that happened just in 2 weeks, she's filed a petition against the Senate president at the Senate. I don't know currently if she has a case in the court in that regard. She went to the international community in New York. Like Godswill Akpabio said, we don't know where she will be going next. She really needs to calm down, because the woman said, according to what the woman who anchored, who represented Nigeria at the IPU, she said she was suspended not because of the harassment she accused Senator Godswill Akpabio of, but because of her unruly behavior. You can only speak at the Senate chambers when you are recognized to speak. You raise your hand. Sometimes many of them, there are high-ranking senators in that chamber. Senator Natasha Akpoti, this is just her first time. She's not even up to 1 year, and she got a lot of privileges because she's a woman. You are not recognized and you started speaking. Just like Senator Godswill Akpabio accused her, made a statement last. I said, this is not a nightclub. So why is she behaving like someone who is not even educated? The way she's handling the whole matter. Doesn't she have a husband who could advise her? Doesn't she have advisors who could tell her, this move is wrong, this move is wrong? Or she doesn't take advice. You went to Senate, submit your petition. The day she read it, the Senate president said, you can proceed. She went and laid her petition. Went to court, I suppose, allegedly. I don't know if she has filed any case in the court of company jurisdiction for this matter. Now at the IPU, Where is she going next? She went to Arise Television, Brekete Family, all of this. What does she really want? There is no strong case in this whole matter. And now, the 3 other senators, we have only 4 female senators in the Senate. 3 of them are not in support of her. They say she did not confide in them. She did not, speak with them. She did not discuss any of this with them. She didn't hear get their own support. She didn't get their support as her fellow senators, female senators. She's going all alone, and it is wrong. In a matter that is so strong like this, critical like this, you need support of your female senators, and they will give you counsel on what to do. Now, she's going overboard from one place to the other. We don't know. We are expecting before the end of this week. Today is already Friday. Let's say this week has finished. Monday, we don't know where we'll see Senator Natasha Akpoti again, reporting the same case or matter. This is getting on. It's unnecessary now. It's becoming disturbing. Just like Senator Godswill Akpabio said, she's just embarrassing Nigeria, because imagine the international community, people of other countries saying the 3rd citizen of the federation. Senator Godswill Akpabio is the 3rd citizen. Tinubu is number 1. Vice President is number 2. Tinubu is the 3rd citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Godswill Akpabio is the 3rd citizen of Nigeria, and you're hearing a such matter, the senior president is doing this, is doing that. It doesn't just make sense. It's already global. Many other people of other countries they've had it. But why is she making it worse? She's rather shooting herself in the foot. That's what I believe. Why will you make mountains out of molehill? To me, there is no case in this. If she should file any case in the court, they will throw it out. You can't just file a petition by just saying, one, your bill is not recognized, not sponsored. Who are you? You're not even a high-ranking senator. And then you are also saying he took you around. That's the major case he presented as a sexual harassment. Took you around and said, make me happy. You will do this, you will do that. That is moonlight tales. This is what secondary school girls, students will narrate. Now we're talking of a senator. This is embarrassing. She needs to stop now. Her advisors, her husband needs to intervene to stop her from further embarrassing herself and Nigeria at large. Now, even if the way she is going, even if she comes back of suspension, she apologizes and all of that, she has already created enemies for herself. If you present a bill, nobody will sponsor it. Everybody will be dissociating themselves from Senator Natasha, because you never know what she will come up with the next. If you don't agree with her, she can accuse you, or maybe shaking hands at her, winking at her. That will be sexual harassment. This is going crazy. Senator Natasha, what needs to stop now.